Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the good, the bad, and the ugly, season 3, episode 3. And as you can see, as always, joined by, and he's actually turned up on time for a change,
I have.
um,
It's only because you put it
Anthony.
in the chat. I thought, oh fuck yeah, it's half seven.
Well, gently reminded, but that's supposed to be off scene. We don't let the people know that. And obviously, Hot Fuzz. Fuzzy, how you doing, mate?
I'm doing all right. I suppose we take a nice break from football for a little while before things get a bit too cataclysmic for any one of us. I mean, thankfully, we've ended our first stint on a win. You've ended your first stint on a win, and a convincing one at that. But Anthony, he's ended his on a loss. And it's up back to Arteta out settings. It's the world has managed to come full circle. Everything feels more right now. I think we're going to be okay.
The tide has turned. Oh, man. Anthony, how are you doing, mate?
Oh, not too bad. Not too bad. Working today, pissing down with rain, thunder. Left the window down in the van. Sat in the van. Got a wet ass in the process. But apart from that, yeah, all
All
good.
fine and dandy. All fine and dandy.
Yeah, all fine and
Good.
dandy.
Let's say hello to the great people in the chat as always, and it's good to see that it's Leslie opening up the account. He's saying, "Good evening, Tony. Good evening, Leslie. Hope well. Yes, all good with you." Fernandes and Somerville, what a difference they made. Yeah, it's good to see some signings and actually do something on the pitch for a change. That's quite unusual for West Ham at the moment. So we'll take that. I mean, Somerville, literally a brand new player coming on for us. Good evening, usual. Evening, all. Evening, Leslie. And then also good evening to the usual. Leslie saying, Potter the good by accident, forced to change by a Gerd, refusing to play. Thanks, a Gerd. We thank you for that at least. That's not bad at all. Then as Arteta the bad, he's just simply is bad. The nearly man. And Amarin the ugly. Can't swim, still won't learn, will drown. We will cover our managers in a minute anyway. Good evening, Rob. Hope you were back in the UK and had a great time in Egypt. Evening, Gaffer on the panel. Well, one man don't make a team, they say. What a difference to the team Somerville made. Yeah, brilliant. It was good to see him return. Totally agree on that one.
Yeah.
Good evening, Matt. Imagine how Somerville would be when he's match fit. Every opponent would be scared of going against him. Makes a big difference. Good evening, Stephen. Matt says, bye-bye, good. We won't miss you. But that Igor guy looks tough as nails, all the tattoos. Yeah. We'll talk about that one as well because obviously we upset the apple cart for Liverpool on that one. Good evening, Michael. Evening, Tony, Fuzz, and in the chat. What a life 2 weeks without being down. Yes. Me and Fuzzy, we can actually kind of smile for 2 weeks with no worries or concerns.
We get to hold the trophy of being above Manchester City in the league as well for a couple of weeks.
Take that all day long. Take that. The front dog should be dead men walking. Man. Good evening, words and pictures. Evening, the three amigos, Tony, Anthony, and Fuzzy. I like the one who is not so smart. Quote from the films. Pictures of the postcard, please. Give us your answers, as they say.
Yeah.
Bag worse than delusional. Michael said, well, Man United can always get Eric Ten Hag back. I mean, was it 2 games into the job?
2 games, and that was it. Well, just like, now, screw this guy. It's hilarious. I can't lie. I mean, it's weird because it's like the past several weeks we've had everyone who is a former Man United manager get sacked. Mourinho, Solskjaer, and Eric Ten Hag. It's just, yeah, it's wild. It's brutal. But I'll tell you what, if any of those 3 managers people might be intrigued by getting in the Prem, might be looking at Jose coming back to the Prem for one of these clubs that get rid of their managers. It'll be interesting to see if he goes to a likes of a Forest, if they get rid of Nuno. Or if Potter decides, you know what, screw this, I want my payout. Yeah.
Well, I did see a post the other day, and it did show you Mourinho doing this business with his face like that. So could he be? Could he come into
It's a
West
sign.
Ham?
You see that, Tim, but guess what? There's actually a rumour that if the Martin Russell, the Rangers manager, if he doesn't do well, he could be sacked, and Mourinho is a candidate for the job
Wow.
for Rangers. So
Yeah, do well there, that's for
yeah,
sure. Eric Turgard got shafted by Bayer Leverkusen. Yes, he did indeed. Steve, good evening to you. Evening all. Back four, back four, back four. The message finally got home at long last. Hope you're doing well, Steve. Michael saying if Potter goes 2 at the back, he deserves a sack.
well, back four, that's 16 players. What, is that
Yeah.
how you won?
That's the only way they can win, actually. Make the
Hey, you're
game.
supposed to have, you do realise you're supposed to have 11. There's fucking 11. Well, I'm counting 16. Bro, you need glasses, mate. Come on, look. Look at that.
It's like
Yeah.
Todd Bowley's formation. He recommended Tuchel play. The 4-4-3, I think, will be a fantastic formation for you. I'll tell you what, maybe he was referring to the goalkeeper being an outfield player. Maybe that's why he went. It was meant to be a 3-4-3, but it's like, no, goalkeeper's an outfield player now.
Yeah, there's a bit of a shenanigans there, wasn't there? That's for sure. 3-3-3-3. Michael says 3 means Bowen is out in the graveyard and no room for Jimmy. 1-3-3-3-1. The formations are coming in thick and fast now. 3-3-3-3 would be an advantage. Bloody hell. Yeah, we could have 10 at the back. Anything that stops a goal coming in. And this is the thing. Everyone's just hoping that, Potter got it right in that game against Forest. I must admit, I was working that night, that day, shall I say. And I thought that Forest was going to do us, pure and simple. I thought it was easily going to be an easy game for them. I thought it was a case of the scoreline was going to be Forest's 3-0. But in the space of 6 minutes, going out to see a damage complaint, coming back at that, 3 goals being put in the back of the net. Quite a pleasing day after all. I mean, what did you make of West? Did you see that? Did you two see this game turning on its head like that? Or do you think it was an easy one for Forest?
No, I was doing something better, Tom. I thought West Ham's playing off at them. No,
Yeah.
do you know what? I was actually surprised with the scoreline, and I thought fair play. But do you know what? I think West Ham's going to be one of those that can pull results out the bag when you don't expect it. I mean, obviously, we didn't expect this against Forest, did we? So, I mean, 3, I mean, is it true that, like, if you're hearing Forest fans could turn around and say, well, look, we just didn't turn up today. Obviously, okay, fine, you didn't turn up today, you didn't put a ball in the back of the net. But, I mean, the way you played, and it's like and you always know my opinion of Somerville. I've always liked Somerville, and I thought he was brilliant. So, and obviously Bowen, he played a well game as well. So I think the only player you're missing is that Kudos. Sorry, he's gone. But no, he's just no. I think to be honest with you, I think Potter had he had the tactics spot on. And I noticed, I think, if I remember correctly, with the formation, I don't think you played 5 at the back as well, did you?
No.
No. So it proves, and I thought you were more fluent and more attacking in the game than not obviously defending all the time, because Potter is a very defensive manager, as we know. But, I thought all credit to West Ham, even though I lost on my fucking bet and it pissed me off. But I'll just suck it all up, Tone, and I'll say congratulations.
Thank you very much. I mean, it was good to see him actually change formation. But as the people in the chat are saying, I think we referred to this last season. Let's hope it isn't the case of he's taken that one step forward now. He's learned from the last 2 games, and then he goes back 3 paces yet again, and we go back to the same old shot we've seen in the last couple of games. Because Potter himself was a little bit cocky, really, after the result. Kind of, he's basically like, "I told you, give me a chance, and it'll happen." It would do. And getting all, and it's like, hold on, mate, it's one game.
So like Diego Simeone giving a suck it to the crowd. It's like, I won a game, you motherfucker. Suck on that 3 points.
It was literally that, Fuzz, and it's like, man, have you not learnt from last year? Because you did that same shit last year and you got found out. And, it'd be the same with this one. I mean, obviously, as Michael was saying there, just hope it doesn't revert back to a 3, need to be attacking versus the Spuds, because obviously that's where we've got. And, of course, you mentioned Kudos. It'll be very interesting to see how he's going to be received. And you can just see it a mile off that bloke will try his utmost best to put a goal against us.
Yeah.
And if he does score, and I'm hoping that's not going to be the case, what is his celebration going to be like? Because that'll tell you all about him. Basically.
Well, we've had it against us, Tom. With Ali Boyor being one of them. For Man City, and so we've had a few players, who we've let go to, like, obviously in the other Premier League teams, but and they've scored goals and they ran down not to their fans, he ran down to our fucking fans. And giving it the large one, but it is football at the end of the day. If they want to do that, they just do it.
Yeah, of course they do. Of course they do, mate. I mean, it was just kind of like, what the hell are you doing? It's like no one ever seen him run that far in a whole game.
Yeah,
he registered at the remember that one, full, there and kissing the bed. Nah.
Yeah. It was
didn't do himself any favours.
Yeah,
it's like Wout Weghorst, the slowest player of all time, at Wembley when I think it went through in the penalties for the semi-finals. This guy cleared half of the pitch in record time. I'm like, this man plays football professionally. He doesn't run very fast, but when he wants to celebrate, the guy's pretty much on, like, he's juiced up to the eyeballs. This guy's just running faster than Usain Bolt. I could sidestep 100 meters in about 8 seconds. Like, I don't know.
It'll be interesting. Harry, good evening to yourself, mate. Good to see you back in the chat. Good evening, all you beautiful people. Come on, you fucking irons. And everyone's, as always, love to see you. Say hello. Evening, Stephanie, on Fuzzy's channel. Hope you will. Good to see you.
Yeah, Stephanie. I'm Harry. I just
You're
wait
Harry.
for Harry's comment to come up anywhere in the chat in a minute. He saw a certain
yeah.
car in a car park.
He's been away. Don't forget. Steve says a break just when we don't need it. Yeah, typical of getting a result at that point. Yeah. Michael Lee said, Eric Ten Hag been offered a contract if Amorim goes?
Nope, that's not true.
That'd be very interesting if it was. Oh, we're coming up to your comment, Anthony. Jose, good evening to yourself. Good evening, you fun boy free remix.
There you go, we say.
Jose, if you're around, I'll get in touch with you, mate. If you want to do a pre-match little show before our game, I'll reach out to you, mate. Hope you're keeping well, that, Jose. Good evening, Frog. Evening, gentle peeps. Hope we're all good and groovy. Yes, yeah. Apart from the gale force winds and the rain we've had today. After that, all good.
That's the spirit of the frog that's come back to haunt the frog murderer.
Yeah. Oh, I felt so bad. I felt so bad. It's the first time I heard a noise go, and I felt the crunch, and that was it under my boot, and it was the frog. So, I did say in last week's show, I said, I wonder if he was going to be in the comments or not in the chat, but that's it.
I mean, fun enough, did I receive an email from the RSPCA actually? It was, I had to kind of justify what happened and said that, that was done outside of show hours and just got away with it. So thanks, Adam. Very kind of you, mate.
Yeah.
Harry say, good evening, Tone Fuzzy, you handsome devil. Evening, Anthony. I thought I saw a baldy collie licking its balls in the back of a Daihatsu Matisse in the car park. And everyone's saying hello to each other. Mark said, Anthony said, thank you to West Ham for hijacking Igor. It stopped Paul getting gay. Yes, indeed. And that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, It was quite interesting when you think we talked about the Victor John situation where his ass was literally sitting on a plane seat and then told him, like, it's all done and dusted. Whereas Igor apparently had the medical with Palace and then went, nah, that's all right, thank you very much. And then came over to us and that was it. And of course, from that point onwards, and not being funny, I mean, we've all done it, all three of our clubs have done it before. Surely the business that Liverpool would have been doing, they would have gone for Gay a lot earlier than deadline day. I mean, what did you make of that one yourselves, you two?
Well, I thought it was, it was sort of like it was on the cards. But trouble is, though, I mean, with a defender like Gay, apparently he wasn't going to get first team football. He was just going to be there for a backup. So I read, and I thought to myself that is this player really? Does he really want to play and get the first team football, or is he just going there for the wages? But obviously, because it didn't happen, obviously the deal didn't go through, which basically is good news on two behalves. Number one is good news for Crystal Palace, because obviously, they really didn't want him to go, or unless they got someone decent, to bring in. And number two, the second one is because he's in my fantasy football team. So, so that to me is good news all round. And he scored in the last match as well, didn't he? In their 3-0 win. So
quality goal as well.
So,
yeah, quality goal.
It was.
I'd knock that one either, basically. I mean, Fuzzy, what did you make of that one yourself?
Yeah, I think it's probably just a bit of bad foresight from Liverpool, depending on how important the centre-back position was. Because if it was that, the centre-back's a really, really important position, it's like us in the midfield. Like, our midfield gets run through all the time, so surely you'd think first things first, let's sort out a midfielder, and we'll talk about the extra positions as bonuses. I think with Liverpool, I think maybe we're going to get rid of Joe Gomez as part of this roundabout of players going in and out of the club. But I think with Konate picking up that injury, with the way he started the campaign as well, I do think that with Gay, it was a must-have signing to really sort of put the cherry on the icing on the cake for your title defence. But now there's a bit of a frailty with Virgil van Dijk might have issues this season. Joe Gomez, can he stay fit? Ibrahim Konate, can he, is this injuries picked up the start of something? So yeah, I think they're definitely going to have quite a few points of concern. Are Liverpool, the centre back situation, but Crystal Palace won't care. They're in Europe this season, keeping as many of their assets as possible. They'll be happy with whatever calamity occurs on the transfer front. And thanks to West Ham, who knows if Liverpool lose because of a Van Dijk own goal, that's an extra game that Gay could have played and they wouldn't have scored an own goal and they might lose the title off that one goal. And because of that, West Ham would have ultimately been the reason why Liverpool don't win the Premier League title. So we can say, well, thank you, Tom. Thank you, West Ham, for the absolute shithousery that you've managed to concur from simply stealing a transfer target.
We might see David Sullivan in the chat saying, yeah, you're most welcome, Fuzzy. We'll see. Good evening, Hendon Goona. How are we doing? Good evening, Tony at the Hammers. Fuzzy, Anthony, and all watching. Geez, did not see West Ham thrashing Forest at Forest at all. Wow. Same here, mate. I must admit, I didn't expect it, but I'll take it. Some good goals. And what was interesting to see, obviously, full crew coming off and Wilson coming on. Didn't look bad. Didn't look bad at all.
No.
And getting a goal to boot as well. Hit the likes, folks. He's saying thank you very much as well, and don't forget, we've got Fuzzy's channel going as well. Make sure we go over to that one, and please do exactly the same on there as well. Lord Monk, Arsenal Manic. Good evening to yourself. Good evening, boys. I've heard some Man U fans want Ole back.
Yeah, some of the weird sentimental folks. guys that are just like, oh, but look at the counter-attacking football we had. Look at how beautiful it was. Oh, we got the best out of Bruno. I'm like, brother, it's because Ollie didn't really play with a system. He was just like, let's sit back and stick McFred in midfield and let's hope for the best. And that's pretty much it. You know, that's pretty much how it sort of played out every season. And when it stopped working, holy shit, it stopped working. And we started holding some mad scorelines after that. So yeah, it's just people getting desperate. I
Yeah.
think.
It was interesting. I saw a picture of him the other night, and I thought, bloody hell, he's old. He's aged overnight. He didn't look that bad before, but he looks even worse now.
Was that Anthony?
No, oh yeah, well, that goes without saying.
He's fucking having it, Fuzz. I tell you.
Can feel the love tonight.
Yeah.
Matt's saying Edge, Postacog, no clue. Linked with Bayer Leverkusen and Fenerbahce. Wow, but you already said about Jose with this
I'll
one.
get my own back. I'll get my own back. All I'm
I
just
know you will
waiting
do it.
is Donna Cullen to come in the chat. That's all I'm waiting for. All right, Fuzz?
Jose saying, Tony, are the Irons looking forward to their cup final after the international break? Yep, popcorn at the ready, and the beers. Got the streams going outside the street door. It's all ready for you, Jose. We're waiting for that day. We're looking forward to it. Michael's saying Mourinho and Sullivan would never get on. Laugh out loud. They would have to stand each other of that wall. Matt saying, could Rangers afford Mourinho? They need to sell loads of battered Mars bars to afford him.
Oh, God.
Harry said Mourinho would get 5 million war chest and 3 haggis for life at Rangers.
Oh, no. They signed that player, aren't they? That striker, is it from Everton for 8 mil plus 2 million in add-ons?
Yeah.
I can't think of his name. Begins with C. And it's not the words, not what Fuzzy normally sees before we go on the show.
Calvert-Lewin, was it?
No, it's not Calvert-Lewin. No, he went.
He's left Everton, is he?
Yeah. Oh, what's his name?
Hold on, let's have a look.
Cenk. Yeah, is it Turkish guy?
I think it could be.
Because
But
he played for Everton briefly.
Yeah.
Don't even mention his name on the outs here, unless he went out at last knockings.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, because in all fairness, because our transfer window closed at 7, the Scottish League their transfer window I think shut at midnight, something like that. So
yeah, because theirs shut because they wanted to give the football people an early night. Well, I love old shit. Whereas some of the other leagues, I think, is it the Saudi League, don't finish till the end of the week, and another one a bit later on, I do believe.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Sharky saying, good evening, Sharky. Kudos will get a nice reception, he'll tell. And well done for Sharky for being a member for 7 months as well. What's his name, Fuzz?
Chamiti.
That's it. Yeah.
Eltel saying, look, fully deserved, Sharky. Sharky legend. Ray, good evening to you as well. Good evening, all. 2 goalies and 9 outfield players. That's sounds about right. Even if everyone is saying. Matt saying all is forgiven, Callum Wilson, if you stay fit and score goals.
I don't know. I can't see that happening. Don't get me wrong. I think you score a few goals, but the trouble is though, it's like what I said. West Ham's. You want that 20 goal player, that a striker that score you 20 goals. That's what you really wanted. I'm surprised you didn't go for someone like I'm not saying he's going to get lots of goals, but he would have got you a fair few goals, and especially obviously playing for West Ham as well. I think Nicholas Jackson for Chelsea. Because he went out on there on loan. I think it was some money plus with add-ons or an option to buy or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's 70 million euros.
It's like what 55 mil or something like that.
Yeah, where is it now? I did see his name come up somewhere. He went for silly money. I mean, the amount of players Chelsea's got rid of and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 68 million plus whatever it is in pounds, whatever the add-ons were, with an
Yeah.
obligation to buy as well for old Jackson.
Yeah.
Sharky saying Callum Wilson was the best Forest defender. Matt saying Krug was the best defender. He did nothing, hence why he came on. But just seeing this come from Michael and that, and yeah, I mean, what did you make of this one? Was surprised Raya got beat from 32 yards.
Oh.
Szoboszlai's free kick.
Well, I'm not being biased, right? Personally, when I was watching the game, and I in my opinion, I didn't think it was a free kick. Right, that's my opinion first. But I tell you what a bloody goal that was. 35. But the only reason why he was beaten was because apparently rumors was that now these teams are actually studying Raya when they get bored a free kick. Apparently, it's Raya how he positions himself. So he positioned himself over on the far left-hand side when he knows the ball is going to go over to there, so that he, so he could dive over there. But that goal, I don't think any keeper was, because the sound when it hit that post and then it went straight in.
Yeah,
you just knew. You
Yeah.
thought bloody hell.
Yeah.
I mean, you blinked and you missed a goal. I
Yeah,
think
it was
that
special.
goal. I think they said it went about 60 some miles per hour or something like that.
It was a
So-
good goal.
Yeah, it was a good goal.
At
was
least he
quite
wasn't lobbed.
Oh no, tell a lie. He has been. Did you hear Raya's, in certain respects, a kind of excuse about the ball?
Oh, it swerves.
Didn't know. Who
ball
said this?
swerves.
It's not a certain Mikel Arteta, was it?
No, it's Raya himself.
Oh, it was Ray himself.
Yeah, because they've gone from who is it last year? They've gone from one supplier to another. I'm trying to think who the other one is they've gone to. I don't know. They've gone from Nike to someone else, and he's blaming the ball in certain respects because obviously, as Fuzzy said, the way it kind of moved
Span.
everything else, but not
Yeah.
being funny. Liverpool had to deal with that.
But there you go. Exactly. I don't understand why he's coming out with these excuses.
It's
all the time.
raining for both teams.
It's ridiculous. I mean, look at Mikel Arteta, what he said about the ball, and when we got, I think it was against Newcastle when he knocked us out the Carabao Cup last season, and he said it was something to do with the ball in the first game. I think it had an extra stitch. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, it's pathetic. I mean, they're all playing with this. The team to get well, they're all playing with the same ball, so don't moan about it. Basically. I don't understand why he's doing it. I don't understand why he's saying it, because fair play, we've all said you could be the best goalkeeper in the world and you was not stopping that.
It was a
Honestly.
special, the free kick was special, wasn't it? I mean,
It was
whatever way you look
special
at
in his own way. And then, because me and Fuzzy was messaging on Instagram in the chat, because he's really they put him at right back and they played him there against Newcastle as well, and he didn't really do that great in that game. So it was a trial and error to play him at right back again at Arsenal, but obviously it worked and paid off. So
Yeah.
I mean, fair play to them. I think they went too defensive team. Mikel Arteta. I mean, when you got Rice, you got Rice and you got Zubamendi and Marino. Why are you going too defensive in that midfield, in that middle? I think, to be honest with you, Odegaard was on the bench. I don't even know why Eze didn't start, to be honest with you. I mean, the balls, Gyökeres is like, to me, he's like Haaland. He needs to be fed the ball. The ball wasn't fed to him at all in that game. And the best player for Arsenal was Madueke out on the right. He looked at that. He was really keen. He was our best attacking player. So,
we're gonna come back to the right hand side of your team in a minute. Just trying to catch up with some of the comments here. Obviously, Arsenal Mannix is saying about obviously it wasn't a smash and grab. The West Ham goals are well taken. Matt's saying obviously that's the formation, the way to go. Even Sean, he's saying as the new combine after Anthony.
Oh, not too bad. Not too bad.
We went 4-2-3-1 versus Forest, which I've been saying for a year. You have indeed, Mikey. You're stuck with that, and finally it's rung home. How he's saying Arteta already starting to choke down and gag at little Anthony. And this is the thing. I mean, even you see Arteta's face. He couldn't admit that they weren't. They just didn't have enough to get it out of that game. And of course, saying we should have had something out of it. Well, don't give away free kicks in positions where a team can score. For one, that's a crucial thing.
Yeah.
And secondly, as you said, play the right bloody players.
Exactly. So
You
the
know what I
balance
mean?
wasn't there in the team to start with, and the rumours was, well, other Arsenal fans were saying, did Mikel Arteta, did he play that game just to get a draw at Anfield? I mean, or you can you can say all these excuses or whatever. The manager picks the team, and the manager picks that team to go out there and to win a game. But then when you looked at that first half, there was nothing. The game was it was a bit flat.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
It was flat, the game, and it just needed a goal, and that was the goal that actually done it for the game. That was the enjoyment of the game, was the goal,
Yeah.
and you can't fault that. So I mean, fair shout to Liverpool. I always said is that our place to go to at Anfield. To play Liverpool at Anfield is very, very hard,
We've
and
not had bad results there the last 4 years or so. It's been virtually coming out as being draws, etc. And it looked like it was going that way, not being funny. What I saw the highlight, but like I said, you give away a silly free kick. Unfortunately,
and that's what happened.
And
But 35 yards out, it was quite,
it's a fair old distance.
I can't lie. In terms of that game, it feels like where everyone's like, "Oh, yeah, Arteta set up for a draw." If it was Ferguson, right, he would have taken that opening 10, 15 minutes with that really cagey start and everything, seen just how poor a quality there was out on that pitch, because the execution for even the most basic things in that first half was unbelievably bad.
Yeah.
Like 5-yard passes from £100 million players going astray.
Yeah.
And I would have looked at that and said, these people are a bit, they're feeling a bit antsy at the moment. Perhaps we should change the setup and go a bit more atom.
Yeah.
And if you do that, and games come and go in phases, and being able to coach your way through different phases of the game, forget phases for seasons, do it in games. Prove your worth as a coach. Opening 10, 15 minutes, how's the opposition playing? How's the game going? Switch things up. Go on the front foot. See what happens if you open the game a little bit, because you might just catch the opposition cold. And when you see Arteta want to go defensive, you see him want to go defensive because he's got a lead away from home at a very tough place.
Yeah.
Not go into a game not only playing somebody who got injured in the warm-up, good job on that one, human rights abuse, but go there with your team selection to say, well, I don't really fancy going out to win. Well, mate, you talk about, well, I didn't want to risk it. Well, first and foremost, the only risk worth taking in football is the one where you go on the front foot, you attack. To attack with the risk factor.
Yeah.
The only risk we saw in that game was David Raya trying to pass to his teammates. That was the biggest risk.
Yeah, I think that's the for me, Faz. I agree. I think Raya, a little bit like Martinez when he did well with Argentina. He came back from the World Cup and he's a bit too cocksure for himself. Raya's gone into that same frame of mind, and I think it will cost you some games. Unfortunately, I think that he will be found out. I think this year a lot more than he was last year, and seeing now, you see it in the friendly, you've seen it with the free kick, etc. No, it's going to be one of those. I mean, like I said, just to catch with this, Magassa is the new kid we've just signed. 21-year-old. It'd be great if he does play against, over JWP. We need a bit more strength and a bit more energy. Frog's asking the question that 6 games Potter's managed to win since January now, isn't it? Yes, 6 games in 25, I think it is now. Not bad. It's not a bad record, is it? But he's all cocksure of himself as well. Now and ever for Arteta, Arsenal manager Matt saying, big up to DJ Crane, tone up you will. Almost all players gone on loan. Yeah. Sharky saying that Adbaya celebration was legendary. Never forget that myself. Big up to Dr. Seymour Butts. How we doing? Oi, oi, come on, big up to yourself as well. Matt Foss, 100%, no excuse now, given tons of players and choices, no excuses. Good evening, Daz. Hope you will. Tony and Fuzz. Megata for JWP and Jimmy for Suchek. Yeah, fresh energy. Arteta, the nearly man. Decent squad now. You've got. I mean, Anthony said that last week. You've now got the choice. That's what he does with it. There's a question.
Yeah.
For me, though, Anthony, the one thing I'm going to say, you mentioned Madueke on the right, but you got what's his name? I forgot the other kid's name now.
I'm wearing
Wanyeri. So you've got Wanyeri in there, and the one that's going to be, I think, the concern more than anything else, and I think we just kind of briefly mentioned it last week. Obviously, Saka. Do you think this kid's going to have a very fragmented season with injuries?
I think he is, yeah. I personally think going back on his injury from last season, he was rushed back. I wouldn't have played him at all until, obviously pre-season, just before this season started. So that I called it. I said it on the show a number of times. I just feel that he feels like there's something out there on the right. If we haven't got Saka, that's it. And this is what happens with Mikel Arteta when he rushes players back. I mean, you don't play a player, as far as I'm concerned, you don't play a player that comes in that's 90% fit. You don't. He's got to be 100% fit. Because obviously, if he doesn't, that lacks his ability, and obviously his performance on the pitch. So, and Saka's been doing that. He's been great, but he's slacked off a bit. I personally think. I think it is a recipe for disaster. I think it's going to be another Michael Owen getting burnt out when he was at Liverpool. I think that's what's going to happen with Saka. I really do.
Yeah.
So, there's that to worry about as well. And if that does happen, then obviously he's going to affect his football, and obviously he's, getting first team football playing as well. So it is what it is, Tim. But listen, Mikel Arteta, he's the manager. Apparently he knows best. Personally, I think he knows fuck all. But that's it. I can't really say any more on that. But
yeah,
if he when he does come back, make sure he comes back and play him when he's 100% fit. That's it's obvious. It's not rocket science.
That's what we're doing with Martinez at the moment, because he's not. They're staging his recovery. And I think they're doing it with Mason Mount because he came off at half time with an injury.
Oh, okay.
And the way that they're approaching that now is because they're trying to sort of get Mount out of this rut of constantly aggravating injuries and going around and around and just more injuries, this and that, in and out of the team non-stop. They're trying to avoid the same thing happening to other players or players getting into being injury prone. I think with Arteta, he doesn't really manage players in the way that sort of keeps them out of trouble with that sort of thing. You're just hoping they don't start picking up reoccurring injuries over and over again. And I think it's just got to be a point where if it really does start impacting player fitness, it starts costing the club money. Like big time. If big money players you've got in your team are just constantly being reshelved on the injury table because your manager keeps throwing them into the front lines, that's costing your club money. So all the money people are going to start getting on the case of the manager as well. It's like, well, you're not handling players right. And I think if Arteta's going to carry on, only 3 games into a season, your schedule hasn't even gotten that hectic yet. So if you're getting players dropping like flies now, fuck me, what's it going to be like in November time?
That's the truth, isn't it? Yeah, because I just feel like we are going to see a limited Saka this year, and I think that's a shame, really. But then, as you said, it is definitely Arteta's to blame for all of it in that respects. just rushing him back in again.
But the good news is, it's not his bad leg; is his other knee. So I mean, that's good. That's good news. But obviously, just don't rush him back, because that injury, if he comes back in and plays and sustains another injury, that's like a knock-on effect, and then it could do more damage. I mean, I told you guys before, when I played football, I torn every single ligament in my left knee. I was in plaster for like almost 4 months.
Yeah.
And I was 25 when I done that, and I stopped playing when I was 35, and I just knew when I got to around about 30, 31, I knew my game wasn't going to be the same. So I only had a few seasons. I just called it time. So,
yeah, you know, didn't you? You do know.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Michael was asking Tony, how was Yeti after Saturday? Spoke to him the other day actually, because obviously, unfortunately, people, as you know, we didn't do the show Sunday. I was just not in a good position when I think after 12 hours of work and head was pounding and stuff like that. Obviously, the result was a bit of a relief. But I spoke to him the other day. Fair play to him. He said we deserved it. He said, Forest wasn't. There was all over the place, etc. What's going on with Nuno is obviously upsetting the balance somewhere along the line. No, gave us praise. So, respect to him for that. So, fair play. Good evening, Colin. Evening, Tony, Fuzzy, and Fon. You wonderful gentlemen. Always nice to join you. He's got as well.
And thong.
Not a thong. I knew someone. I knew it was going to be Fuzzy. Was going to say that. Yeah. I bet he wears. I bet on the site. I bet he wears them, don't you, Fuzz?
I wear G-strings.
Oh, G-string. Fuck that. That's like wrapping cheese wire around your tackle. Jeez.
Yeah, we've also, as Michael said, we've got a left back from FC Paris, a 19-year-old. So yeah, we've got a couple of new players in. Not exactly gone overboard, but I think it's 8 players he's got in. So yeah, Songutu Magassa, obviously Mateus Fernandes, did very well. Cole Walker-Peters had a brilliant game against Forest. So, and it's interesting to see that Aaron Wan-Bissaka is slightly off the ball at the moment. Liverpool bought the league pretty much. Yeah, well, they finally got their man after all this time, didn't they, Isaac? And Newcastle went on to put a 37-word statement out, basically expressing their feelings about the Igor situation. Do you think it's going to make a difference in being in the squad? How are they going to play Ekatike as well as Isaac? Do they play them together? Do you think one's going to make way for the other?
I'd challenge Slot to do what the Liverpool fan base, the sensationalists, where they do a front four. And they stick Verts and Ekitike, Isak, and then Salah in the front four. Just neglect everywhere else on the pitch. You know what? Screw midfield. Nobody in midfield. Just stick a back four and then a front six, and just stick all your attackers on the pitch. Just your whole midfield can just hold bench, just for the sake of it. Go for it.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I mean, what do you think, Anthony? You think with Slot be ballsy enough to do that? Play the two of them?
I think he will. I think you can do that. I mean, obviously you're going to have. I think it depends. Obviously we know Salah. He can either play left or right. And then you got Isaac. He can play left or in the middle. And look at that other player they signed as well. That other new striker that you don't know. They might go out and play all three. I know when more games you play like that comes injuries. Obviously it comes with the game, but Liverpool can afford to do that. Even if one of them gets injured, they still got quality in that attacking lineup, so they can sort of rotate. So I can't see it being a problem with starting all three. I mean, you can't really drop any of them really because they've been brilliant all season, especially that new signing from Liverpool. Is it no Frankfurt, wasn't it? Because he came from the same team as that Man City player. So, but yeah, he's Marmouche, that was his name. But play all three. Why not? If they can win games, they got good attacking opportunities. I mean, strikers win them games. The only problem that I find with Liverpool this season, I feel they're slightly weaker in defence. But I always said strikers wins you games, defenders wins you trophies. So, I think Liverpool's got to pick up on their defence. They might do in the next window, in the January one.
Yeah, because he seemed to not been that concerned really about the defence and that. Even when Trent Alexander's gone, he has thought at least they'll pick something in the right back. They've got a player that can go there, but it just seems I don't know. He hasn't got confidence in him.
But they signed that Frimpong, haven't they? But he's injured.
Yeah, he's injured as well. I don't know. But we've seen it with Mourinho at Chelsea. You don't have to play pretty. 1-0, and that's all it takes.
Yeah.
Wins of the league.
Yeah.
Matt saying here, Michael Carrick for Man United. Imagine that one. Michael Carrick.
Do you know what? I wouldn't actually be against someone just coming in and saying, screw tactics. Just a 4-4-2, classic British. Give me dominant midfielders, talented strikers and wingers, no nonsense defenders, and a proper shot-stopping goalkeeper. That's your job. Yeah. Just give me something classic for the Premier League and back it with some signings, like actual decent signings, and I'll be curious as to see how far just a simplistic team can go. And I reckon a very simply set up team can win the league in this.
Yeah.
But I did say to this to you, Fuzz. Remember, Tom, when with McTominay, and I used to wind Fuzzy up with McTominay. Ever since you got rid of that McTominay, I don't think your midfield has been the same. I'll be honest with you.
I think it's Fred. We miss Fred.
Yeah, he's missed Fred. Yeah, right. It's either Fred or McTominay.
It's the Bulldog.
Bulldog. Ross says, Anthony, were you on holiday? You look like Ben White, bro.
Fucking hell, Ben White. Jesus Christ, I wish I had his fucking wages. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Oh, man. Looks like Ben White. Jesus. Let me just kind of get the ones off here. Michael's put this one. I'm just seeing this come up this evening. The FA have fined Paqueta 150,000 for not returning his phone. Quote, he had some deleted message on it. Surely they could check the trash bin when they had it. And this is the thing, isn't it? I mean, because obviously they've actually said they're not going to appeal what's happened with Paqueta, him kind of getting off. But they're trying to have the final word here by trying to fine him for this with the phone. The fact that they give it back to him and then waited a month or so afterwards and they wanted it back again. Talk about, you've made an idiot of yourself in the first place because you've lost the case, and then you go you do something like this, try and find the player. How piss poor is that of the FA?
I don't know. I mean, this was going on for a while, wasn't it? And that if that was the case, I think with this Paqueta one, I think they could have done that quicker. By now and that sort of thing. But I mean, what was in the comments there. That was the first time I heard that. I haven't heard anything.
There's something coming out this evening. It's just a fact of trying to fight him because of that. And it's a case of
yeah.
How about you find yourself for fucking up in the first place? You had the phone there. You had the opportunity to go through it, pick the bones of it. You decided not to. Give the phone back to the player. He thought, you know what, sod this. You've had it for so long. I'll throw it away. I'll get another one, which he's entitled to do.
Mm-hmm.
But now this is the FA trying to save a little bit of face about themselves. It just kind of reeks fucking stupidity.
Stupidity, yeah.
Michael says, question for Fuzzy. Views on Grimsby in the Cup is a fine enough?
Knock them out of competition. Grimsby, little bastard fucks, kick them out the competition, down the club, end them, close their doors, and watch the tears in their fan base as they watch their club get liquidated into a
The only
blue.
advantage Man United have free fish because Grimsby's obviously home of the fish. So, you know,
I don't
I
know
bet
which
your
state
fans went
it's
down there and thought, God, blimey, what's that smell?
It's not Donna Cullen around.
Oh my God! Yeah. That was leading up to my next question, Flo, but you beat me to it.
And it's all
Fucking hell.
because, was it Grimsby basically signed a player a minute after the deadline, and because of that,
Yeah.
they get kicked out. And you got to be kicking yourself.
The thing about it, right? If it was Manchester United that broke that rule, what would you say the fair punishment would be?
It'll probably be the same thing, kicked out of the competition.
Yeah.
It should, for me, it should be like for like. I don't think there's any other.
Because I do feel like there's going to be a lot of bias about it, and I think the FA might try and feed into bias a bit. If the competition states off based off of breaking competition rules, you do get kicked out, they have to follow that.
Yeah.
They can't say, oh, but it's little old Grimsby and it'll be great for the storylines. Now, if they fucked up, they fucked up. You have to hold
I think they
that.
should go into. I think they should go into the next round. See, look, Man United, you're fucking shit. You're out the cut. Bye, Grimsby. Well done. Respect to Grimsby. That's what I reckon. League fucking 2. And what gets me, yeah, on Saturday, Grimsby got beaten by fucking Bristol Rovers. Gee, 1-0. If you don't believe me, folks, you can look it up, right?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Hey,
We
says
beat
good evening.
So which way around would it be? Will Grimsby beat Burnley? Or will Bristol Rovers beat Burnley?
Oh, I don't know. No, I don't think they beat Burnley. I mean, Burnley.
Do you reckon they beat Arsenal?
I mean, you were. I mean, all your fans was cheering because you beat Burnley 3-2 at the last penalty of the minute of the game. I thought, fucking hell, why is every Man United fan excited over that? You know, it's
Because we should have fucking won the game at half time, like 3 or 4-0.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I looked at the attacking stats for like the best teams in attacking departments for like shots on target, likelihood with scoring. Man United are at the top of pretty much everything.
Yeah.
And I wasn't expecting that at all. It's felt like we've not actually had anywhere near as much as like attacking prominence or featuring up that end of the pitch, because with how little goals we've scored versus how many chances we've created. But we're practically there or thereabouts, first place out of all teams in every department. The only others would be Liverpool, and I don't even think Arsenal. No, it's one other team. I can't remember which one it is, but Liverpool and somebody else, which is surprising. So, if luck turns around and we start putting the ball in the back of the net,
yeah,
that's all it needs, isn't it? Sharky saying about fingers crossed Rodriguez leaves. Let's hope so. Fernandes, Paqueta and Potts could do a job in midfield, in my opinion. What are your thoughts? I like that. I mean, at the end of the day, you've got Paqueta doing his bit at the moment because he seems to be very much on the song. I mean, seeing him score the penalty, and he kind of made that kind
badge.
of, kiss. Well, before he did kiss the badge, it was a case of like Aston Villa. No, you can basically fuck off on that, and then kind of kissing the badge, kind of showing his allegiance and telling them what for. But with Potts and Fernandes, I think that'd be a good partnership. Bit of energy in their youth, because obviously it moves us out of the old Snell category, which we've had of our midfield currently, and I wouldn't say it puts us in Ferrari kind of territory, but we're up there. Or what did Simon Jordan call it today? Maserati, nearly there, but just a load of noise. But not bad for us. I'll go with that. Bristol Rovers beat Grimsby on the weekend. Lee Gunner finally got his wins again. He did indeed, Aces. Falkirk may play a part later in the season. Yeah, goal of the month from Sabozlai. Some saying possibly the season. But not a bad shout there, Matt. Rodri turned down the Camel League. Yeah, Rodriguez, bloody hell. Off the bench maybe as well. Yeah, big up I am Titanium. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Bone was pissed off with Wilson. Yeah, Dash. Did you? I don't know if you saw that. What I saw on the highlights, there was a bit where Bowen. It was an easy one. He could have finished it off, and Wilson sticks his foot in to try and take it off him, and that. God, he was pissed. Was absolutely pissed. Colin saying, Tony, it was a good win, but didn't expect that. But I'll take it. But there could be more testing games ahead. Phil, we need a new striker. If I don't trust either our strikers to stay fit. Yeah, you just said that. Yeah. Yes, and yes, and yes to you for anything. Thank you very much, Jose. I will do. I'll get in touch with you, mate. That's for sure. If you're still here, Matt saying balls move in the air. It's natural. That's the innuendo of the night.
They dangle in the air.
I don't know. You watched that? What's it? Naked Attraction or fucking hell? Naked.
That's one of Fuzz's favourite programs.
No, it's embarrassing bodies.
It's one
I want to sit like I get a kick out of seeing someone come walking around the corner with one testicle looking like the guy from the Goonies.
Just better seeing that going to a tattoo parlour. Can I have Sloth's face tattooed on me left bollock, please, if you don't mind?
Oh my god.
Yeah, look, Steve says, look, mine moving the air too. It's very breezy. Yeah, and before I can say, yeah, Matt, you can get put on a register for that malarkey. Yes. Oh, man. 3 DMs going to Liverpool. Come on, that game was done before it started. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, even Arteta was coming out with the excuse as well. If you don't score, you can't win full titter. Yeah. West Ham or Hammers Chat, mentioned it earlier. There's results still sinking in here. He was saying, tail between the legs performance from Arsenal, weak mentality. Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, this one as well. Sharky saying, would you make of Donnarumma joining Man City?
That was a brilliant signing. Absolutely brilliant. I think he's gone to Edison. Where did he go to?
I think it's Fenerbahce.
Fenerbahce, that's it, yeah, Turkey, yeah.
And
he only went for something like, was it something like 15 mil?
25, I think it is. I think they've got him for Donnarumma.
Oh, is that with add-ons? Because I thought it was quite cheap, but then again, I mean, with this is one to watch out for. This goalkeeper, absolutely brilliant. I expect Man United fans are absolutely spewing when Man City signed this goalkeeper, and you have
Not
to stay
really.
as well.
We're just trying to improve on Anana and Bayern deal, which is not very hard. That's why I'm quite chuffed with Lomans.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, are you surprised about the Martinez one? Because it seemed like it was another one that was going to come to Man United because he wasn't picked for Villa's game. So everyone assumed he was off to Old Trafford, but that wasn't the case.
I think what it was is Aston Villa were perched with setting a roundabout in motion where if we opted to do a deal for Martinez, they would jump on the Lomans deal because that's what they were looking at doing as if Martinez was going to Old Trafford. But we made a habit of Lomans being the priority.
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up doing that deal, and then Martinez is basically I had to unpack everything out of his suitcase. It's like maybe next year.
Yeah, I thought myself it was going to be the obvious choice. He'll go to Man United, and it seemed like it was nailed on. So I didn't expect that at all. Just like again, apparently, we told Victor John, you're not coming to us. But then it's a case of after Mads Hermansen have an almighty howler the first couple of games, and then it was a case of Victor John's back on again, and where's he gone to? Forest.
Hmm.
Words the picture saying FA Paqueta charges of no evidence are evidence of guilt. Won't hold up in the court of arbitration for sport or any court. FA are making fools of themselves. This is the thing. Just because you've got done, you thought you had a case nailed on. And this would be the interesting now. When you think about this one, what does that leave for the Man City and their so-called 113, 15 charges? Is it going to happen the same way?
I reckon
It's
they're gonna
gone
get
very,
off with
very
it, so
quiet.
I reckon they're going to get off with it. I haven't heard nothing recent of it since this season has started. Even going back to when when we were playing all the friendlies, it's just that just went off the radar. Nothing was mentioned about it. I personally think it's going to be either a fine or just a slap on the wrist. To be honest with you, but
It's as Bill Fuzzy said, it's gone quiet. I mean,
Probably just waiting for the steam to blow over and pray that nobody asks questions, and then they might just dismiss the case and say, "Well, never mind."
or unless it might come back up next season because apparently so-called this season apparently is it could be well we all know is after this season Pep's contract is gone for Man City. So
true. Yeah.
we don't know what's happening, whether he's going to sign a new contract with Man City or he might turn around and say, well, look, I've won all this, I've now got nothing to prove. I might go somewhere else, or he just might take a little bit of time out the game and then just do whatever, so but I think if he does leave, I think that's when you might hear the charges, that sort of just gradually creep back in.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one because considering it went to court, and as Fuzzy said, it just kind of slowly slipped under the radar, and we haven't heard anything else.
Yeah.
We're trying to do a bit of research on that one. Good evening, GP. Hope you're doing well, and also to Paul Grant. All right, people. All right, Paul. Thanks for coming in. Hope you're all well with yourself. And everyone's sitting low. Because I'm beyond the chat as always. Eros said 100% Anthony Saka should never play the rest of the last season at all, period. Well, we all know that.
Yeah.
Harry's asking how many actually first team players are actually injured for Arsenal now?
What is it? Saka's injured, Jesus is injured, Havertz is injured. And obviously we've seen Saliba, he come off in the first 10 minutes of the Liverpool game, didn't he? So
yeah,
there we go. Yeah. So that's four. What's that? Around about 1, 2, 3. That's 4 players. We would obviously I didn't understand it because the game beforehand, when we played against Leeds United, we beat Leeds 5-0. And if you remember, Odegaard come off injured in that game. And it was funny how he was reduced to the bench on the weekend against Liverpool. And obviously he come on. So if that's the case, is he carrying a knock and should he have been brought on the subs bench? So I don't think he's 100% of it. Because I'll be honest with you, I think Odegaard's been piss poor all of last season and majority of this.
It's Ben White as well that's injured.
Ben White, yeah.
Blimey. So it is man up. Even though you sold all these players. So, wow. That's not good as well.
I think Norgard as well. He's returned. I think Norgard and Ben White are both expected, or Saliba as well are expected back on the 13th.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it was a funny injury with Saliba. It was like player stood on his foot and he went down. And then it was just like, oh, I can't play anymore. It didn't look like it was a serious injury. Whether it was something that went in his knee, or whatever, I don't know. But I did think when that happened and they took him off, I thought, you're going to Real Madrid, you bastard.
It's his way out kind of thing.
Yeah. That was the first thing that came into my head. I thought, you bastard, you're going, aren't you? Because obviously we made this signing. This Capri or whatever his name is, the centre back. Yeah, Cappy, yeah. So
You got over the line as well, haven't you?
they got that over the line as well. So
Well, is it still loans can go out? I don't know.
I think it's certain markets are still open, like the
Yeah.
Saudi and the Turkish market
yeah,
are still open for an extra week or two or something.
Mm.
Which is why we're desperately trying to offload Onana to.
yeah. But good news is Arsenal. We managed to we sent a couple of players out on loan. You know, obviously like the likes of Reece Nelson, Fabio Vieira, and that, and Kivior with an option to buy. But I mean,
Zinchenko.
Zinchenko. Well, that's Marseille. It was Marseille. It was
No,
I
no.
think
Forest, I think.
Forest.
Forest.
He's gone to
Oh,
Forest.
Well, Forest. Congratulations to them then. If they got, but all I'm going to say was
Yeah.
that out of all the players we managed to sell, the main one was fucking hell. We saw the Conga. We actually
Yeah, I see that one.
sold
Yeah,
it.
About
finally.
2.5 or 3 million, was it?
3. Yeah, there you go. And what was he? He come from Anderlecht and he cost us like 16 million. I mean,
The next
it's like what I
Vieira.
said. We cannot make a profit on anybody. The players that make Arteta, so we cannot even make a profit. We can't even make £1 million.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, funny enough, I just seen about Emerson Palmieri's obviously gone to Marseille. Same with Naya for Gerd. And Emerson's gone for 1 point sank. We bought him for about, I think he was 17 at the time. But, I mean, been a good servant. At least he went out with a bit of dignity in that. Whereas a Gerd, he never wanted to come back here in the first place.
No.
And if you saw his kind of thank you for the manager and the coaches and the club and the fans, thank you for the journey I had in the Premier League, not with the fucking club, but with the Premier League.
You was better off getting Lindelof from Man United for free.
But yeah, what a prick.
Evans.
Johnny Evans, yeah. Ray says, I never knew that April the 7th is National Beaver Day. For those going on with Budgie and Kieran later on, let them know that as well, because I think Kieran will be very interested.
That's near my birthday. I've never celebrated National Beaver Day. Maybe it probably explains this. On the, did you see it? Yeah.
There's cream for that. You do know that, didn't you? You know Arteta will rush Saka back again.
That's stubble.
Yeah. Oh, is it what it is? Is it?
Yeah. Soul pad. They call it a soul pad, don't they? I call it something else, but let's just stick with the word soul pad.
Yes, it's still below the 9 o'clock watershed. Of course, we have to. Or as we always say, allegedly, it's called a
allegedly.
So and how ironic. He usually comes up with this song, "Kissing the Pink." That's what I ever saw.
Oh God.
Oh dear me.
Top with that comment. The first thing that came into his was, "They were the days."
Yes, Steve says disturbing. Michael, please, is saying Sullivan getting a lot of bad press at the moment. The papers know about the protest before Palace game and the call for the no-show from fans versus Brentford. I was going to save it till a bit later, but there has been an email sent to the board, basically a vote of no confidence in this board, and basically, wording it in a way of saying, get the fuck out and let's get people in that can actually run the club and move it forward. How they reply to it is another thing.
Let's just hope that they don't take any inspiration from the Oval Town owner, where he starts banning people and going after everybody on social media.
Well, unfortunately, that's something you do see with Sullivan, because I think we've mentioned before the fact that when we protested last time, we got quite close to the directorship, which kind of shit the bejesus out of him. So, of course, with the London Stadium, they make sure now you can go and get nowhere near him. So he can come in through the back door, up to where he's going, do his business, clear off out of it, without even really seeing any interaction with anyone.
I mean, we're talking about obviously football, but you think of it over the weekend, that was a shocker, wasn't it? Obviously, Brighton beating Man City 2-1. You know, it was just I mean, obviously Haaland got the goal in that game, but I mean, let's be honest. He wasn't going to get a second, was he? Wearing a fucking pink hairband and that, you know, playing in the game. I swear the camera was down by his shorts, and I actually think I saw a string hanging down his shorts. I think that was from a tampon. Don't quote me on this, you know. But I mean, pink hairband and that. I think him. Oh, blimey, mate, what's going on?
True. Good evening, Ian. How are we doing? Evening, all. I think that free kick was all about as unstoppable as you can get. Yeah, as Anthony was saying earlier. Pinky and Perky, look, the Pink Panther. Pink eye for the dank guy.
Pink eye.
Good evening, Harry. Array of oat, pink vodka. Yeah.
Well, didn't Tom have that one, pink eye? And he couldn't do
Yeah.
a show. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
The amount of shit he had in our chat. Jesus. What Adam show?
Mark saying Gakpo will go to the bench. Ekatike left wing to fit Isaac in. Thank you for that. So that says it all. Good evening, Eamon. Hope you're keeping well. If Liverpool don't win the league this season, will it be seen as a waste of money that was spent on transfers? Ooh.
You would think that way, yeah.
I mean, that'll be the thing. I mean, it's what is it now? 440 million they've spent.
Yeah. Yeah.
And overall, it was something like 3 billion on transfers this window.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, you think that Arsenal, I think it was 260 million before this guy come in, and I think he was about to. So we spent the best part of 300 million in this transfer window.
Bloody yeah.
Yeah. So is what it is.
Well, West Ham and that we only spent £2.50. You know, with our chairman, tight ass bastard. Leslie saying we'll drink a drink.
Yeah.
To Lily the pink. Yes, indeed.
The stink,
GP saying stink the stink. GP's asking Tony, would it be fair to say the Premier League is now 3 tiers? You have LFC spending 200 million on 2 players. You have Newcastle, Spurs just below, and then the rest of us. Which then ask, is the Premier League more a cup than a league? Well, they've determined they're not going to do a Premier League 2. They're going to keep it as just the Premier League itself. But I think we're safe to say in that there is a divide, whatever way you look at it. You know, the new teams that come in. I mean, to be fair, Sunderland, what do they spend? Like 180 million?
Yeah, 1-4 off that.
You know, so they're spending that kind of money. I don't know how much Leeds and Burnley actually spent. Maybe a little bit more than what we have.
Burnley didn't spend nowhere near that, I don't think.
Let's have a quick look. Let's have a look. What did Burnley do?
I think they did.
Hold on, I've got to go through 300 players from Chelsea first before I can get there, Burnley. Burnley. Carl Walker, 5 million. Tachonga, 12 million. Free, undisclosed figure. Humphries from Chelsea, 10 million. 8 million for Jadon Anthony. Marcus Edwards, 8.5 million. I thought it was Ian Fleming. No, it's Ian. 7 million. Max Weiss, 4.2. Most they've spent, by the looks of it, is a Okatrukwa for Chelsea, 23 million. And Brozier, well, I mean, all the Chelsea players, aren't they?
Well, yeah, someone's got to fund Chelsea. Just the biggest, allegedly, the biggest money laundering scheme of all time.
Jesus, man. Yeah. Even saying I was dead against the Wilson signing. Don't think he stays fit, but a couple of cameos, he's looked like no other centre forward we've had for years. Pace, power, direct, etc. Shows how desperate we've been. That's true, Ian. Yeah. Well, we've let some good one goes. I mean, like, you know, Moyes didn't play. You know, I've said before, Haller and Schumacher. You know, we played them the right way. Who knows what it could have been? Pink Chamber going for the pink again. Frog saying Pink Panther frame would be good to play during Potter substitutions. Pink elephants. Good evening, Pepsi. Classic British Joanna Lumley. Enough the pink. Just thinking of that hairstyle John Cryer had. Fucking hell. And Man United miss Sophie and Amrabat. One in the pink. Harry. AFC always said our players have no freedom. That is the problem. They're afraid to go against Arteta. Ridiculous tactics. Yeah, well, once you do that, you're down in the dungeons. Fantastic, a great out shout. Ian saying, don't think Arteta played to win that game. You have to do more than that to win the Premier League. You must be a bit more adventurous. I mean, we have to ask the question now. I know it's early days. Is he, with all them players you signed there, Anthony, is it enough to get the title?
I think you would have thought so, yeah. Obviously with the amount of money we spend, the players we've got in, I'm still drawn over to the left hand side. Obviously where we play Martinelli and Trossard. I think we need improvement on the left. A lot of fans are saying Eze be there or playing on the left. In my opinion, I think Ez is better in the middle than what he is on the wing. But that's my opinion. But I thought that I mean, there was going back. Obviously, when we had that window open for 2 weeks, do you remember that? And then it was a Saudi team coming in for Martinelli. They bidded anywhere. I think it was between 70 to 75 million, and Arsenal turned it down. But why not let him go? I would have sold him. I would have sold Martinelli for that.
Yeah,
honestly. But that's where the problem lies on the left hand side. I think we could rotate there. I mean, obviously you got Martinelli, you got Trossard, you got Saka, Madueke, as he can flirt between. I'll say the left just to keep the fans happy, but he can play between the left and in the middle. I'd rather see Eze play now, and I think Odegaard should be on the bench and got to work hard to claim his spot back. He wasn't a captain. I can't remember who the captain was in the game. I was like watching the game, and whoever captain, I didn't know whether it was Rice or Gabriel. I think it may have been one of the. I think it may have. I don't think it may have been. I think it might have been Gabriel or something like that. But obviously, but as soon as he come on the pitch, Odegaard, he was given the captaincy band back on. So there you go. But he's not a captain, is he? Let's be honest.
Unfortunately, with Sky, they don't exactly say who the bloody captain is.
Yeah, that was one thing that I was looking. I must have missed it. Obviously, when they did the when he was showing the starting lineup before the game, I can't remember who was bloody captain now.
Good evening to you, Fly Fox Pro, and also to Brendan. Evening all, he's saying. Hope everyone's good. And good evening to you, Tim, at the back as well. We had to replay against Villa when it happened to us. Yes, of course, when an illegible player. Very true. Good shout. So yeah, that's another way of doing it. Replay it again. It might be a different result by that stage, but FA's in a bit of a mess at the moment. Here he is, Brendan. Good evening, Togs. Everyone's saying low. It should be equal no matter who does it. Yeah. Replay, as he said, Eamon saying, yeah. Didn't we do it once and we had to replay a cup tie yet? Michael, yeah, Eamon just said that, yeah. Brendan's saying, what's this pink thing going on? Can I add Pinky and Perky? Rovers over Man United. Absolutely. Good evening all. Isaac might take legal action against the Telegraph for defamation of character. Jesus, man. After all the shit house you've done and you still want to... Unbelievable, Ray. I mean, at the end of the day, and that, you won all out. You did a Jokeres basically to force your move. Wiss has done the same with Newcastle as well, funny enough. Poor old Gay and that did everything all by the book, and poor Sod don't get nowhere. But Isaac, I don't know. Be interested when any of your team play him there. I'd kick him all over the park myself, but Man United should be playing Sesko. Yeah, what's with that one as well, Fuzz? Why is this man not getting the opportunity with? Is this the way? I mean, we mentioned this with Arteta, not wanting the man he wants and get someone else, and they'll see. Is it the case of vice versa? That Man United getting Sesko but didn't really want Sesko?
Well, I don't necessarily think that it was be all and end all with with Sesko. I think Amarim's definitely happy to have him, but for some reason has this philosophy, and Ten Hag did it as well. A philosophy where you can't start somebody who's come into the team because they got to properly gel and link in properly. And how he was like, oh, but he did get minutes. He has started. Look what he did against Grimsby. He played the full 90. I think it's just, mate. You could have started him against Arsenal. You could have started him against Fulham.
Mm.
You should have started him against Burnley, and you didn't. I just think there's something going on with experimentation. I think when Mason Mount's fit, he's got to be in that team
Yeah.
for love nor money. And I think now that Mount's potentially out for a little while, let's see. Will he be forced to have to play him?
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, because you paid fairly decent money for him and that, and it just seems strange not getting game time. But I suppose I think I said when you two played each other, I thought it was going to be the main talking point was going to be Gyökeres and Sesko, who's going to come out on top.
Yeah.
Neither.
Yeah, basically, yeah, it was a case of that, wasn't it? Brendan's obviously saying Mussolini's grandson is now playing for Cremonese, and that can we get hold of him? So he's playing on the right wing. We'll find out. Also, mate, saying sorry, I missed it. Did the manager blame the ball? No, it was Raya. It was Raya. As always, you can only hope. Frog saying, mate's bulldog could get Stone Edge tatted onto his knackers like he's sitting on a space opera. Kiddo. Oh, thank you. I mean, look at that. Edison went to Fenerbahce for 12 million.
Yeah. What was it? I knew it was about 15. Yeah, 12 million. Yeah.
Bloody hell, man.
Yeah.
Easy money, you know what I mean? Donnarumma was shit with his feet, though, so Pep will have to adapt. Daz is saying, smash the lights again, guys. GP saying, we should have gone for Edison. No, we probably couldn't afford his wages, though.
Yeah, he was on my wages.
Matt says, I think West Ham got linked with Lemons as well, if I recall correctly, Tony. Interesting if we did. I didn't see that myself. We did there. Yeah, you're saying Monkey Hanger still won up at half time. Thank you for that. We link with everybody, Matt. We OD, Steve. Yeah. Quite a few of Lemons, to be fair. It's Saint Lemons. Hallelujah. Must be the first win we haven't then. No Lingard link. Finally, Leslie, we've got rid of that hoodoo of having him linked with every window that we're going to have. Arteta needs lemons, not us, Frog. Yeah. Just Google that term. Never knew about a monkey spy at usual. Okay. Got to give props to the monkey. He was no snitch. Putting on Tottenham, Daz is saying. Also, man, saying 300 million spent on players this window, 30 million earnings in sale of players. It's a good balance.
Mm.
Good evening to Stu MC. 105 million and Rice has transferred from Arsenal into West Ham Moyes tempo. And he adds on there, no finesse of pass, no one-touch football, just slow and turgid. Ooh. What'd you make of that one, Anthony?
No, I think he's right. I mean, we were poor in that game. We were, too defensive. It minds you a little bit when we played Man United even day of the season. I mean, Man United was playing well. We played okay, but I think there was times through the game that Man United made Arsenal look good. I'm not saying that to be horrible to my team or anything like that, but it was. I saw that, I was thinking, bloody hell, they're making us look good here, and we ain't really doing anything. So, I mean that's two games now, two top games now, and Gyökeres has only got the 2 goals against Leeds United. So it does make you think. I mean, obviously he was used to the English game beforehand. Obviously, well, the last time he played in the Premier League was with Brighton, and he was absolutely shit.
How long ago was that though? Just thinking about it. How many years was that?
God, blimey! So what's he now? He's just recently turned 27, so he's in his peak now, Gyökeres. So I think he was young then. I think he was something like maybe 19, 20 maybe. So you're talking at least 7 years ago. Because I mean, he went out on loan to Swansea. I remember him, and then he went out on loan to Coventry. Coventry bought him, and then obviously on his last season at Coventry, that was his best season, and obviously he went to Sporting. But I think he was over Sport. I think he was playing over there for about, blimey, what was it? 3 years, 3 seasons, maybe 4 over Sporting. I mean, obviously someone can correct me in the chat, but I look at the Portuguese league and it was so easy. I mean, you've got the top 3 teams there. We know where they are. Obviously, Sporting, Porto, Benfica, but the rest of them ain't that great. So it makes you think. That's why he scored loads of goals over there. But let's forget about one thing. Liverpool with Darwin Núñez. That was the reason why they bought him, because he was scoring goals over there and he couldn't do it in the Premier League.
No, it's true.
So
that's true.
There's that sort of thing that some Arsenal fans think about, but hopefully he does score like quite a few goals this season for us, because that's what we're crying out for. Is what I say the same to you, Tim, with your 20-goal striker. That's what we want. 20-25.
Maybe, I mean, this would be his kind of bedded in season back in the Prem, because like you said, it's been a while, so it could be that. Could be that. Frog's asking though, £15 million a year. Surely Arsenal can get whoever they want with those wages. What do managers generally earn in the Premier League? I think you're lucky if they get 6.
I think 6. Well, when we had Unai Emery, that was the wages he was on a year, 6 million. So, I mean, Arteta's on. I think the dearest one, is Pep. He might be on the dearest wages. And I think with Man United's manager as well, I think he's on a reasonable amount of wages as well. So,
so according to this, it says here, the average Premier League manager's salary varies by source and time, but recent estimates place it at £3 to £4 million a year. Top earners like Pep earning over 20 million.
yeah.
However, the compensation for Premier League managers is a broad spectrum, ranging from approximately 1.5 to the lowest earners to over 20 million. So yeah.
So 1.5 millions, 2 millions. Well, that's like your Scotty Parkers and managers like that. Then I take it.
Gotta be, innit?
Yeah.
Gotta be. With anyone. No. So Pep and so Arteta's up there near enough with Pep.
Pep, yeah.
Amazing. Steve saying Jesus injured, stud holes in his hands and feet. Early Easter joke he's got. Good evening, Adama. Hope you're doing well. Salute to you as well, and same like the usual. Yeah, he also knows the term monkey hangers. Fresh is saying Arsenal needed a new striker. Jesus was shit with crosses. Apart from the injury, Jesus needs to stop biting his nails as well. Oh dear me. Everyone do the Lakonga. Fresh is on fire tonight. Yeah, he definitely is.
Yes,
Arsenal magazine. If Arteta doesn't back up his ideas, next window, Bert to replace him. Also, why is that Martinelli still at the club? No productivity.
No,
Emerson for 13 million. Thank you, Lizzie. Because I saw something earlier. It said like it looked like Alyssa. I didn't have my glasses on. It looked like 1.3. Thank you for that. Emerson went Marseille for 650,000 with 360,000 add-ons. Tony, a good at 21.7 million. Yeah, well, Emerson is a shame to see him go, but as for a good and that, yeah, you can. Yeah, agree on that, Matt, as well. Yeah, he's decent. A good was ranked. Quim Beard Day. You do that. Jesus.
Weird.
Brendan, so how many cup winners are still at West Ham now? Ariola, Potts, and Bowen. That's it. I
I
think
haven't heard that scene in a while.
and of
Quinn.
course, Sutra. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Quinn. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Frisch said Emerson fee is in creative accounting to avoid selling amount to Chelsea. That's why it's lumped in with a Nathan fee. Thank you from that as well. That's what I love about the chat. If it ain't someone, it's someone else. Michael saying Sullivan earned around £1,000 in coins last protest versus Burnley. Everyone lobbing at him. Pink middle of my ear kebab. Jesus Christ.
God.
You get food poisoning for that, Steve?
Yeah, oh, definitely. Definitely.
Oh, yeah. Cornell was in the Cup squad. He's been released, like enough.
Think kebab.
Dear me.
Well, it's
They won
6
the league
minutes
last
past
year.
9 now, so I think
Oh,
we're
okay now.
we're all
We're
right.
okay. We're okay now.
Yeah.
Chelsea net spend this season plus 23.2 million. Fresh saying, is it international talk like the Pirate Day? Yes.
I hate internationals. It is all this now, isn't it? This weekend coming up. It's fucking pointless. If there's one thing that infuriates me, it's fucking internationals,
Mhm.
right? After the third game, it's always the same. And his games is shit. It don't mean anything.
Yeah, true. I mean, and you know, you've seen some of the players he's picked as well.
Yeah. But do you know like when you have pre-seasons, you have all why not just do like a couple of friendlies and a game there?
But we don't do that, do we? I mean, it just seems
Yeah.
it's the FA again. I think all over.
Hmm.
I think it's that. Yeah, Wan-Bissaka's been called up by, as they put there, Dr. Congo. Dear me. Colin saying, gentlemen, do you think Liverpool have sewn up the league now with Isaac?
It makes you feel that way. It does. I mean, they're attacking and midfield unbelievable. It's like what I said, slightly weak in defence, but they could just work on that. But it won't surprise me if they actually go in for Gay again in January.
What's surprise? Yeah,
Yeah.
I think, you know, especially if, like you're saying, with Van Dijk, if he's kind of struggling, then they definitely can look to shore up
He's
that
a bit
part there.
slower now. I
I know,
didn't realise.
how-
What is he
yeah,
now? 33,
that's what I
34?
was thinking. Faz, do you know how old he is? Van Dijk?
Which Van Dijk about 33, 34.
So,
Hmm.
in his prime in certain respects as a defender.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they will need to strengthen that as well, wouldn't they? I think definitely would have to strengthen on that.
Yeah.
This is on bongo. Do you remember that? The old drink on bongo.
I can remember the advert.
The drink
Banging on
in the
boom,
Congo.
boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
Big up to Abs from Waffle Don. Big up Tone. Hot Fuzz and my Herbert. Good evening, lads. Good evening to you as well.
Big up abs.
Hope
Big
you're
up,
doing well,
Abs.
mate. Doing very well. Good show you did earlier as well. So well done, mate. Keep up the good work as always. Ray saying AFC Asian Cup under 23 Group the Australia under 23 14th Northern Marine Islands under 23s. Yes. So, thank you much for that as well. Yes, Doc's legendary work. Daz, are you going to be doing a watch along for the Tottenham game? When's that again? Is that Saturday or Sunday? I ain't looked at the fixture, to be honest.
I can see it now, Tom. Kudos. Getting the winner. Can you, Fuzz?
Oh no, after the 2 weeks, isn't it? When we come back after the break, I'll be looking to Daz. I mean, if you know, say I'm just trying to speak to Jose and that and see if we can do something. That would be good.
Yeah, I think Kudos hat trick, and he'll do like a Suarez-like celebration in front of Graham Potter.
Yeah. Sullivan will be watching up in the stands.
He'll
be
run
giving
up
it all
into
that, you know, the cross
He'll run up
hands and
into
that.
the stands and give Sullivan a hug, like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for that." And Sullivan will be
old-
like, "Yeah, go on, my son, I love you."
Tim at the back says Gabriel was a captain versus Liverpool. Thanks for that. Thanks for letting us know there. And Fresh, yeah, I've just seen that. Yes, look. Also, a couple of cameos. Word up. Well done. Yeah, I see what you did there. Superb. Wilson's of a couple of cameos. Word up. Yes. Arsenal saying, Anthony, were you pleased with Mosquera coming in for Saliba? I was impressed.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I really thought he played really well. Obviously against a Liverpool side, so which is obviously a strong side. So, but yeah, I think he's going to be in that position now for a while, depending on how long Saliba. Well, I think we said how long Saliba's out for. He's out for a few weeks now, so he's going to be playing a couple of games. So I mean, all eyes on him. I think he might partnership Gabriel quite well at the back. He seems big and he's a big guy, and I just feel like he make his presence known within the box. Put it that way.
Yeah, I agree on that. Got some good players. It's what your manager does with them is another thing. Brendan, you're not wrong. We have an eclectic bunch in the chat. Very true. Very true.
Was that meant to say electric?
No. Eclectic is the word. That's the word he's looking for. Eclectic.
Epileptic.
I mean, look at this. Look.
If there was one, he's him.
You're pointing at me.
No, I'm pointing at Fuzzy. Fuzzy's right above me here. Look.
You actually pointed to me.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
All right, there's two.
Look at that. Look. Brendan's saying, "What's the matter, you Harry? Shut up to your face." Joe Dolce. I can't remember that song. Jesus, man. Frog saying, "Smashing the bear for the pleasure dome." He did indeed, usual. He kept Vienna off the charts. Remember that. Thank you very much, Rosa. Thanks for coming in for the Alfred. Very, very kind of you. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining with us. Yes, Alpha Vake. That's what. Who that mofo? Hit the likes, people. Thank you very much. Like and subscribe, Michael's saying as well. Thank you very much as well. And also don't forget Fuzzy's channel as well, please. Ladies saying West Ham saved £32 million in wages over the last season. That's it. That's Sullivan already. Steve says, meanwhile, on the West Ham voice, loads of money. Harry's saying the mayor of Amsterdam. Mr. Bellani, thanks for coming onto Fuzzy's channel. Hi all. Can anyone ask me why Man United activated the last year contract of Sancho?
It's probably something to do with amortization on payments for Sancho's transfer fee. Because that's something United are still doing, is paying off transfer fees to players that are not here or not meant to be here. So there's something about that where if Sancho goes, there's less of a payoff, or this is something to do with the finances around Sancho. I think, at least.
Yeah, because I think he was nearly out. Was his contracts? And Man United are probably, knowing your lot with with Radcliffe and the Glazers, trying to cash in on a player which they thought they were going to get a couple of quid out of. So I probably agree with you on that one. Frog says, amazes me what a relatively slow burner this channel is on the subs front. Yeah, it does work mighty strange sometimes. 1 minute it has a little bit of a spurt, Frog, and then it kind of comes to a grinding halt. Then it goes backwards a little bit. Then it kind of moves forward slightly. But hey, it is what it is.
Counts.
Yeah.
Like one of my videos where it's just like, there's nothing more outstanding about one video versus the other, right? But one video can have 150 views, the next one will have 2.
Yeah, amazing, isn't it?
And it's like, but the time frame's not that much different. So, like, what is YouTube doing with the algorithm? Why is some content getting out there and others not?
I know.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, I was speaking to one of the channels today, and he's having trouble getting monetized, but YouTube are playing lowball and not giving them the opportunity. Yeah, we've had this conversation. I mean, I don't know how they work things out sometimes. Areola is supposedly on a low wage, I've heard. I told you I'd snap him up. He'd be the one to replace Potter for me. GP says this channel is not angry enough. Tony needs to get really angry and start a petition. Seems to be the way forward. Don't know. Can we be angry? The funicular derailed in Lisbon. Yes, I've heard this. Yes, so far 15 dead and resting. Sorry to hear the news out there. Yeah, not good. Look at this another way. It's exclusive. True. There you go. Being angry. Grrr, Sullivan. Iriola, £20,000 a week wages. Take that all day long. GP said, I did sign the petition, but that Nick guy really believes he's the most passionate West Ham United fan. There's a few over there. Heroes is asking, how much for Jared Bowen? There's a lot of teams been asking.
£5.
Yeah. Bargain of the price. Priceless at the moment, Rosa. They're absolutely priceless. There's Matt has already said as well. I agree with him. Absolutely priceless. Daz says Tony's not an angry person. Just call me, Dr. Banner. It takes a lot for me to get angry.
Just get West Ham relegated, and we'll have content to last us a century.
That'd be 5 minutes. We're done. See you in the Championship. Anthony Fuzzy, been a pleasure.
Been a pleasure.
I think there'll be a lot more F-bombs on the way out.
Yeah. We get 9 months off, Fuzz.
Yeah.
Actually, it depends if they got to get promoted, yeah?
I say, I love the confidence, Anthony. It sounds like we're coming up straight away kind of thing. I love that. Ego sells GP. Yeah, true, Frog. With some of these, I know. I mean, interestingly, and don't take it wrong, West End people, when I say this, but when you look at the Arsenal channels, the one thing I'll say about them and that, when it comes to helping other channels out, they do that. West Ham channels, not so much. But that's my take on it anyway. But you might say something different. GP saying, Frog, well, that's why I prefer Tony or Still. Bless you, man. Thank you for that. GP, I get Charles Manson vibes from that channel. Brenda saying, Ego should leave GP alone. Don't sell GP. Yes. Spurs Saturday the 13th, 5:30 kickoff. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. Don't sell GPs. Too many angry men. Not a bad film, though. 12 Angry Men, Harry. That's not a bad film. If you haven't seen that, guys, that's a very good film. 12 Angry Men. Classic. Lazy said they offered Iriola for 40,000 new contract, but he has not signed it. Come on. Let's drive down there now. Go and hijack the man. Use not that channel. Yeah, I'm talking about. Yes, of course. I wrote eclectic. I have a frigging Cambridge education. I know what you meant, Brendan. Anyway, usually go about that sometime back, like Mickey though. Arsenal is saying, is one striker enough for Arsenal? What are the options? One injury, we're back to Havertz up front, and there's Mourinho. And let me talk about that one. You just reminded me. Thank you, Arsenal Manic. I saw a new tactic on the weekend when I saw the highlight of this when it came down to
the kickoff.
No, the free kick. The free kick where Mourinho's tussling. I'm trying to think what the player it is. I'm trying to think who it was he was with. And then out of nowhere, he just kind of flew up in the air and threw himself down on the floor.
It's the corner where he the ball goes over him, so he's like...
Yeah, he just threw himself in the air and then landed on the floor. And I thought,
ragdoll everywhere.
Is this a new kind of free kick tactic that Arsenal coaches come up with? Anthony, can you explain?
Oh, definitely. If we can't do it from a corner, we've got to do it from a free kick. So no, I don't get it. I don't really get it. To be honest with you, It baffled me. It baffled me. To be honest with you, I haven't really got an answer for it. I really don't.
It was just funny watching it because they're both kind of tugging at each other.
Yeah,
And as Fuzzy just said, he said you go, whee, punch off the deck, and then looking around as if like he should have got something.
yeah.
But what are your other options you've got? I mean, obviously, there's Havertz, you've got Mourinho. Is there anyone else? I mean, Eze, could he be pushed up there?
Yeah.
He does
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I
Jesus.
think that the game changed when Ezzy come on for Arsenal. We were attacking a bit more, and there was a few passes that was made into Gyökeres. I mean, you spend that 66 million or 68 million on a player, and he's on the bench. And I'm not being funny. We all knew what Ezzy was like when he was playing for Palace against Liverpool. And if I remember correctly, he actually scored a couple of goals in the games that they played against each other when he played for Palace. So, in all fairness, Mikel Arteta should have started him. I think Mikel Arteta is. We know he's stubborn. I still think he's cut up about not signing Seska. I really do.
Which probably is not wrong, I'd say, in that respects. Because the funny thing about Eze, I did see an article, and it mentioned about, and I didn't read it. 'Cause all I saw was a headline, and it mentioned Eze, and is Arteta throwing him under the bus because of the game. But I didn't read the article, and I thought, so well, he's only just come into the bloody club. How can you blame him?
No, exactly. You can't blame him, can you? I mean, he livened the game up for us.
Yeah.
The attack was better, but I think when did he come on? The last 15 minutes of the game? So 15, 20
Max
minutes of the game.
Alman. Right.
Diamond, I tell you what, he's a good player, but I thought that was with his age. I thought that was a lot responsibility bringing him on against Liverpool. I really do, for as a school kid. You're thinking,
it could make a
bloody
break,
hell.
couldn't it? Yeah, I mean, I know he's got bigger cojones for that, but at the same point, a kid that age, as you said, you want to kind of let him in easily, not kind of put him in a game as important as that
Exactly.
and as hard as that.
Yeah.
Anyway, great experience for the youngster.
Yeah.
But if he's not kind of looked after properly, and that could have a big detrimental effect on his.
You can picture it now. Now he's gone back to school, and like all the kids make 1-0 Liverpool, twisted wanker, and all this and that. He's going to get a lot. I think he would have had a lot of stick when he went back to school, obviously. But I mean, it's like what you said, Son. It's a great experience for him. He's a 15-year-old and playing against Liverpool at Anfield. Not many players of that age can actually turn around and say that, but.
Yeah, you're saying about the kids saying that, you could just see the parents more than anything else there. Yeah, Max.
Yeah. He probably would have had a lot of stick, yeah.
Yeah. GP saying, Harry, 100% also feel that some channels try to divide fans. Don't divide your own fans, for fuck's sake. I mean, look, we've got a great community here in the chat with us, and when I do a watch alongs, if the game's going shite, then we go on a different tangent, and that's what it's all about, We want to divide people on that. We want to build a community more than anything else, not fucking destroy it. But some channels, unfortunately, they're like that. Sancho value attention for transfer fee. I think, Steve's right what you're saying there, and Fuzzy said exactly the same thing. Colin saying, kudos if he scores. He winds us up by running to a stall to sit and hope someone has remembered to saw through the legs of that stall. And funny of Colin, that's the celebration I think he's going to do. Or he's going to sit on one of the advertising holdings and do the same thing he did as us. Fresh is saying, hashtag push the stall in. He's saying, the human species are a strange breed, GP. All the technology at our fingertips, and it's used so negatively. Sign of the times. Great stuff. Yes, Harry Prince. Yeah, Prince. Rosa says, Bruce Banner is always angry, though. That's his secret. Yes. I just like to contain mine, Rosa, rather than get angry about it. I support West Ham. I think I'm used to it by now. Pill stars. Arsenal Manic saying, He's a West Ham fan, so it takes a lot to get him angry. He sat through 90 minutes, 3 goals down, and still offered the referee a cup of tea. It's the
Yeah,
English.
just like Tom on your watch alongs as well, Tom. When you're losing the game, you're playing shit. It's like, oh, that's dreadful. Right, okay, let's go to the chat. And it's like, with it, I'm not being fake. You knew me, what I'm like. I'd be absolutely livid. I'll be swearing. I'll be cussing, fuming, and dropping f-bombs all over the place.
30 years of football management, you learn to kind of adapt on certain bits and pieces, and there's a time and a place.
Yeah.
And being a West Ham fan and seeing us go from the rigour more than one time, and through different ownerships, through different style of managers, different style of players, knowing that we've produced players that kind of played for England and still got relegated. You kind of get used to the kind of shit. Yes, you get angry about things.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, as much as, I mean, I love the fact that going back to this communication that's been sent to the board,
Yeah.
saying that, this is our feelings and you need to do something about it, because at the end of the day, you've got stewardship of the club, just like the Cronkies have, just like the Glazers have with Ratcliffe. Ultimately, at the end of the day, in that, it's the fans that have built the foundations of these clubs, and that's the one thing that all boards should not forget, because at the end of the day, they could easily walk away from their club as much as they don't want to, and that's the only way you answer it. I mean, we protested, and of course you do that, and then Sullivan kind of tries to say, well, if you do that, that's you finish, kind of thing. I mean, I think, going back a couple of years back, when your Arsenal lot tried to do a petition, try to do a protest. And I think that Alex Arsenal, he went there and that, and also he looked around, and he's panning around with his camera. And, well, where are they in that? And he pans over to the old shop. They're fucking all out there. There's only like 200 people.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know. I just, people will see set a protest. I'm not being funny. I don't. Nothing against it, and I don't mean anything horribly when I see this, but I'm not keen on. I don't really like protesters, if I'm honest. I just feel like sometimes things could be dangerous, get out of hand. Sometimes people get hurt. That sort of thing. Whatever, not just football, is whatever people protest for.
Yeah, well, we don't like them at the airport, that's for sure, protesters, because when you look at things like that, we tend to kind of arrest them, and
They get you angry. They're the ones that turns you green, is it, Tom?
Oh no, there's a few things that turn me green when it needs to be. It's like Tony turns out the hot when he gets angry.
Yeah.
His hair grows. Yes, takes a fucking hour and a day to shave it back down to this.
Tom turns green when he hears about somebody decided, instead of going around a roundabout at the airport, they drove over it and got airtime and landed it amongst everyone else's cars. It's like,
Man.
so I'm qualified to drive a car. No, you're not. You're fired. Now fuck off.
I'll tell you about that afterwards, actually, because there's some truth in that. Arsenal Manic said, did you see Rice's free kick? Johnny Wilson would have been proud of that. Seen that Madrid tie, set piece have gone to his head. I mean, look, I wouldn't say so much Declan Rice. I think it's the case of the manager and the coaching team push that side of things. And as Sean says, Rice is up his own arse, unfortunately, at the moment. Frog says, it's a good point about Arsenal chain supporting each other. Shane Gurner got a flying start, rightly so, to be fair, in my opinion. Yeah, they do. I mean, and this is the thing. I mean, it'd be nice to see some of the West Ham channels doing that. I mean, don't be wrong, there's a select few of us that are like that, when you think Gatesy, the West Ham massive, Stell's not a bad one either. And of course, there's a couple of others to mention as well. But the Arsenal guys do tend to help each other out. Unless you do, of course, you do something and you piss 4 of them off, three of them off at the time, and you do a video about it. But other than that, it's they're normally pretty good. Harry's saying Rice will be off to Real next season. Would you be concerned if that actually happened, Natalie? Or would you blame him for leaving?
You talking to me then?
Yes, you're the
Oh.
only one that's named Anthony.
Oh well, Tom, come on. You're Anthony as well, but Royce will be able to be. He could be. I mean, he could be. I mean, he said it, didn't he? When he was at West Ham, he said that he would like to go to a club to win trophies in his career. He's moved to Arsenal, and unfortunately, he's gone fuck all. So there's a possibility. I mean, could that happen? Like how Harry sees it, next season? Could it be the season after? But
Could be.
it depends on this. It depends. I mean, I can't handle finishing second all the time. I mean, we've done 20. What is it now? It's like 22 years without a Premier League. It's too long, you know. And next year be 23, 24, and I mean, you know me. I'm not Arteta's fan. I didn't want him in the first place. But I mean, how long has this got to carry on?
Yeah,
You know, I mean, he's already been at the club now. This is his sixth year coming. You know, obviously he's already into his sixth year at the club, and the money he spent just over £1 billion. You know, and he hasn't won anything. And this is his own team compared to when he won the FA Cup,
true.
which I always say is 80% Wenger's and 20% Unai Emery's team, which it was. And he won in the FA Cup. But then when you fast forward up to now, there I keep saying his own team over £1 billion and got nothing to show for it. Not
Yeah.
even one trophy.
Yeah, and £50 million for the pleasure of it as well. Matt's saying Rice wants his money back. He ain't won any trophies. He was conned by Forteta. Sean saying 12 Angry Men, one of my favourites. Yeah, I like that film. It's a great film. I mean, I don't know if you two guys have seen it. It's in black and white, and basically it's about obviously someone is charged for a crime, and basically the jury are 12 men. 11 of them said, "Yep, he's guilty." The one man says, "No, he's not." And as the night goes on, he basically convinces them all to prove the innocence of the man. Great film. Dad says, "You just know kudos for score against us." Yeah, you can see it coming a mile off, man. Leslie says, "Rice, trophy chaser." Well, the only trophy he's lifted for Arsenal is the Emirates, I think, isn't it? That's about it. So at least he did get a trophy, you know. Maybe that one he
Community
wanted.
Shields as well.
Oh yes, did he get in?
Yes, he did, and I've got a background to prove.
The
Of course,
Community
yes.
Shield is not
Of
a
course.
trophy. The answer
No.
is in the title.
Remember,
It's a
no,
shield.
Look how
Remember-
happy he is there. Look at him.
Because you got to remember, don't forget, young Terence. It's a trophy, Even Arteta said, don't
It's
forget,
not a fucking trophy.
Don't forget the other, the two trophies as well. Don't forget that.
No, I'm not having that. I'm not having that. I'm going to message Terence myself, and I'm going to say, "Oi, what's this? The Community Shield is not a trophy. It's a shield."
No, yes, he'll still say it, that. Usual saying, can't understand how Rice is not captain. Yeah, it's one that baffles us, I think, as well. For me, he should be. Odegaard had his chance. Time to move on. Forteta blamed Desi for missing a 1v1 in front of goal. Thank you, Matt. Unbelievable. Maybe said Judas won't score Daz, he won't turn up. Judas will get lumped everywhere. That'd be the message I'll be putting on there. GP says Arsenal players vote to keep Odegaard as captain. Wow, is that really true?
I hope not.
Captain friends.
I really hope not. So we got two players now. That gives it the old. If you notice, Jokeris does it.
Yokeres as well, don't you?
Yeah,
Competition for that one, isn't there?
yeah. So, but that's that question. I hope he's not. He shouldn't. He should be getting nowhere near the captaincy.
Yeah. I think you're right. You say he needs to be benched to kind of give him the kick up the backside to possibly get him playing again. Eamon saying on a different subject, a lot of praise should go to the West Ham players to go to Nottingham Forest and get a 3-0 result. Fans would have been happy with 0-0 just to stop the rot. Yeah, I mean, Eamon, like I said, I didn't expect that result. I must admit, I thought it was going to be the other way around. I thought Chris Woods would have easily got sake against us, but that weren't to be. And fair play. I mean, it all seemed to gel. you find that in a game sometimes. One game, everything leaks out perfectly, and you go on and get a good result. And considering it's quite even Stevens, West Ham in the second half seemed to have the upper hand, and then Forest for some reason just. And don't get me wrong, their keeper actually kept him in it early as well. I mean, Paqueta had a shot. I think there's a few other players had shots. So yeah, quite different for West Ham. It's the next couple of games is where we're going to see. Like I said, is Potter going to go backwards? I hope not. For instance, Odegaard and Bowen, both incorrect choices for captain. 100%. Totally agree on that, Sean. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Given Bowen in the first place, I can understand why they did it, but never captain material. Good evening, Richard. The better looking one out of the two of them. Hello, lads. Hope you're all good. And your face looks orange like Donald Trump's. You lot enjoying the season so far? I'm not bored already. Well, Richard, me and Fuzzy was already saying we're very much in the same boat, Man United and West Ham at the moment. Both Unitedly shite at the moment, but who knows? It could be turning itself around. I like Birdseye as captain. Kirk was a good captain. Yeah, he was indeed. Leslie saying Blackbeard. Pugwash was better. What was the one that worked with him? Oh yeah, Masturbates. That's the one.
Oh no! I just didn't want to see that.
Harry says, "Right, gentlemen, I'm going to have a cuddle with my daughter. I hope you had some great time with Harry as well.
I thought I recognised Fuzzy from somewhere. He was Pugwash duo, wasn't
he? Harry's daughter's got school in the morning. See you all in the old school Hammers. Keep the faith. Harry, thanks for being with us as always. Pleasure. And look after yourself. And make sure you give some quality time with your daughter as well, mate. Frog says we've been through more wingers than the average pair of skiddies. Godfrey, big up to yourself, man. Good seeing you. Big up the panel, he's saying. And I do believe he's become a member as well. So thank you much for doing that, which he has. Later, Harry. Good luck at school, H. Steve says, Pugwash, now you're talking. Roger the cabin boy for starters.
No.
Laura Ruggs, stay healthy, mate. Yes, thanks, Godfrey, for becoming a YouTube member. Appreciate that. Thank you very much, sir. Night, Harry. Everyone's saying hello to Godfrey. Yeah, you went all GP there, Steve. We'll get in the barrel for Tony. Thank you. Bless you, GP. Strange story to tell you on that. I remember reading a book years ago. I'm talking about like the 1800s. Guy goes in the barrel, goes off Niagara Falls, survives that, and then 2 years later, walking down the streets of San Francisco, slips on an orange pip, breaks his neck, and dies. Who would have thought?
But was he accident prone?
Well, no, he survived Niagara Falls.
No. No, I was just trying to get something over me, he's at somebody that was more accident prone than what I am. But
you, mate, you're a different breed when it comes to that. That's for sure.
I know. I'm just falling over left, right, and centre of late.
I'd like to see them take this when you disappeared. You're saying. Steve says sunstroke does that to you. Sunstroke. Michael says, and Rice Gas won a trophy. Don't forget the Emirates Cup. That counts for Arteta.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's like Tottenham and their honours page, their major honours. They try and sneak the Summer Cup. It's the Fanta Cup trophy.
The Tony Tiger Cup.
The Fanta Cup into the page somewhere. Let's do it in small print. Do you reckon Arteta would put that in his LinkedIn page?
Maybe.
Just to get another job. At least I want the community shield several times.
Okay, like what Roy King said, if a manager comes out or any fans or players or managers comes out and say, yeah, well, we've won the community shield, you got to rely on that, then you're in trouble.
Bloody hell, man. So the window still open in Turkey, Greece, Portugal, and whatever the other one was. Changing Arteta seems risky at this point.
Well, I most probably would be, but I look. He's going to be here. He's going to be the manager till the end of the season. Let's see what the end of the season brings in it.
True. This is true. We'll have to see what has to happen there.
Yeah.
No need to watch the film now. From 12 Angry Men to thousands where the film has been ruined for them. Apologise, Eamon, for a big up as well. Also, when it's saying Zubamendi shielded off the ball a bit too easily. He's not meant to be party, but just saying. Yeah, because was he the free kick?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. Yeah, it's like what I said. I didn't think when you actually look back at it and you actually look at the replay, I didn't really think it was that much of a free kick. To be honest with you, they weren't a sliding tackle, studs weren't showing or anything like that. It's just unfortunate that he was given. But I got to be honest with you, and I am going to say, this is a weekend, and VAR fucking sort it out because you were Fulham was robbed that week with that goal. And I tell you what, I always say it, Tone, and you knows me. I'm not a fan of VAR. I want to get it out of the fucking game because it ain't solving anything. Not solving anything at all.
Yeah, I mean well, I don't know where they're going to go with it. You know, I don't know if the semi-automated thing's working, and it's just like this in players doing the team talk at half time and afterwards kind of thing. I mean, that's all a load of old shite and all.
It is.
I don't know what it's doing for football, but not a concept I would go with.
Yeah.
Colin's saying, Tony, I know there are protests coming up, but they are asking fans to boycott games. Do you see fans boycotting games? Do you see enough fans boycotting? Henry Fonda in that movie. Yes, Henry Fonda, great, good actor. And a few other famous faces in there as well, Colin. I mean, the problem is the only way you do it is, but the way you're going to hurt the club is by basically not turning up, not buying the merchandise.
Yeah.
Or do what Man United did and start harassing sponsors. So you get a lot of these big multi-million pound sponsorship deals say, well, look, we're taking hits here for you. So actually we're going to, we're going to not sign a deal extension with you. And it does actually pressure on the money. It's when people start paying attention. So,
I mean, for us, I mean, we do this deal with Boyle Sports for 1 year because obviously I know we ain't going to do it for next year. Make some money out of that. We then kind of do a sponsorship with Brewdog, who are struggling, and Overfist. Only West Ham.
I like the Boyle Sports one, innit? And they got a picture of fucking Susan Boyle with a West Ham top on.
The thing is, though, when you look at that sponsor, the logo you see on their shirts and that, it's completely different to the one they've actually got. So, again, it's us, isn't it? Fresh saying, 12 Angry Men, spoiler, the kid's a ghost. Absolutely. Friends in between us. Yes. Godfrey straight into the net. Brilliant. Welcome in there. Arsenal man saying, go, Harley ball, let's go, Jeff. I think he's gone ruled out. Dumb a bet. What an idiot. Celebrated too soon. How many times you've been in the pub and that, you go to have a piss and that, and then you also manage go, you come running out with your dick hanging out kind of thing.
No, I've never done that. I've had that done to me, and it ain't been a goal, and it's like, you wankers. I've had that, but no. But I did have. Well, no, I don't. Let's move on. It was in work. I was having a wee in a thunderbox in the Portaloo, and they came up behind it, and I didn't lock the door. I shut the door, didn't lock it, and they pushed the thunderbox. They tilted it, and as I went up in the air, I came flying out the toilet, and I'm still roughly pissing at that time, and I'm like, shit, I'm outside. But, I had no option but to go outside.
Well, I suppose you're lucky, really. You could have been covered in shit and that blue liquid stuff. That would have been, yeah.
Well, you know the story about that as well.
Yes,
Yeah, so
yes. Matt saying, Chris Kamara, goal? There's been a goal? Are you sure? I wasn't looking.
yeah.
Oh, that went a lot when someone got sent off. Michael's asking a question. Did Odegaard come on and give Rice the armband? Ooh.
I don't know. I think he may have done. I mean,
Mm,
I think we were roughly like. I think I don't know if we were a goal down then or what, but
hopefully not.
I was just baffled. I mean, the game was a bit slow. It was boring. It was flat, and I was just potting around the house, just trying to keep, I'm walking in the living room, keeping up with the score and that sort of thing. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was just one of those games that, for some particular reason, I couldn't really get quite into. For some reason, I was looking forward to it. Don't get me wrong, Liverpool game Anfield, big game, but
Yeah.
nah,
Yeah. I
wasn't
get
it
that.
big.
I get that. I think it's still early days yet because I think all of us at the moment, I don't know about you, we're not exactly kind of feeling it at the moment. I don't know if that's the same for you. It's just a case of, I think we need to see the games kick on to really kind of see where people are at this moment. But we're here at the moment.
Yeah, it is definitely this season, isn't it? And
Mm,
last season as well. It's just like it was rubbish. I didn't I think that the game's changed now. The game's changed and
yeah.
is flat and I don't know.
I'm just hoping that we're not going to have the same repeat season like we did last year. Because if that's the case, that fucking hell, it's going to be a long season. Fresh saying Charity Shield is not a fucking trophy. Tell that to Arteta. Tell that to Arteta and Terence as well. Tell Terence as well. Frog says the Master Bates and Seaman Staines character Mythsto. Damn, Frog. Damn. As Steve says, Jesus, Frog. Piss on their chips, he's saying. Unfortunately, so, Frog. He's saying, yeah. No Roger and cabin boys for Steve. Sozzy says. Steve says, does that mean Roger was real? Poor lad. All right, fresh bugger. I think that is buggerless, Steve. Yes. So they did kill Radio kill the VR star, didn't they? Yes. Only thing VR does is ruin the game, says Eamon. I think we've seen that in quite a few games. They definitely had the whole. They did that at the Ord as well. Go on, fresh. GP said it's annoying when you celebrate a goal, you have to wait an hour for the ZX Spectrum to give it. The ZX Spectrum, yeah. And the tape fails. Jesus. Frog saying ghost story. Sneak up behind someone whilst they're doing pottery and Roger them to death was an old storyline. May have misinterpreted that though, to be fair. Jesus. GP said waiting ages for a tape to fail, yet somehow nostalgic. Yeah, do you remember that with the old tape used to get chewed up in the machine? You had to pull the tape out, carefully trying to pull the tape out without it snapping, and then getting the old pen in and slowly.
Oh, and turn
All,
it so it goes in. Yeah.
yeah, dear me. I think you might have Frog, maybe a parody version. You're saying, yeah, you're thinking of Grayson Perry. From yeah, Mark saying, VAR works. It's the twats using it that are broke.
Oh,
Yeah, not good.
I don't
Not
know.
good.
I beg to differ on that one, but I get Michael's comment, but yeah, for me, nah, just get rid of it. It works in rugby, but it doesn't work. I mean, the only thing that I like now is whether they show you the highlights of the goals that's been scored in the other games.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing the ref cam now, aren't they? With the referee with the cam. So
Yeah, I was quite surprised with that when I think I did the watch along last week and that, and it's suddenly like suddenly the camera just panned around and then all of a sudden like, you see this bloke, and all I saw was this.
yeah,
I was just
the
just
camera's chopping up and down, and you're like, like quick, get back to the game.
but it's just the
Making me
referee's
feel
head.
seasick.
Couldn't
Yeah,
see him, but he's just his pair of hands doing this. It's milking
yeah.
a cow. Matt says though, look, they need ex-footballers running VR, not these muppets with no football experience. I think that's probably possibly a way forward.
Allocate an elected fan somewhere in the country to run VAR.
The two fellas from Meme Machine. You need them to do it.
Oh, is that the two that walks into the bar?
No, not that one.
Elected
two guys-
High to do all of Arsenal's VAR decisions.
Who was doing? They did the talk. You know, the watch. You know, actually the commentators for the Meme Machine game. You know, when they
Oh, yeah.
them two need them to do it. That would be brilliant. Frog said that makes more sense on the face of it. GP saying will be too many calls of bias, Matt. Like if they say Kane gives Salah an offside. Give Keane it, yes. Another great movie says To Kill a Mockingbird. Yes, a great one as well, Colin. Usual says, Tom, did you see them ex-footballers who lost their money? No, I must admit, I've been off the radar a little bit, so I'd have to look at that story. Thanks for letting us know that one. I will look it up. Get Danny Murphy on VAR. Frogs, yeah. GP, that's one straight out the window then. Gregory Peck. Sean said, I've seen the play on Broadway, Colin. Kill a Mockingbird. Mark was saying, PMGLL, sorry that we got that wrong, but you can't have any points if you lost. It could cost a team Europe or relegation, so sorry means fuck all. Yes. They do it so many times, don't they? You know, we make a mistake, but what does that do for the U? That could have been relegation, or you know, as you said, winning the competition. Steve says Danny Murphy can't do all of them, Matt. You can't do all of them. People in the chat, we will be wrapping this up anyway. Anthony's just kind of using solar power to keep the phone going at the moment, otherwise he will kind of disappear off the face of the earth.
I will, yeah.
Just for me and that, we'll be back on tomorrow night with Budgie and probably some guests as well for the West Ham review. Fuzzy, you got anything coming up yourself?
Not really, no. I mean, it's international break, isn't it?
Lone Star.
Nothing really to chat about. I suppose everyone's sort of running around chasing their own tails in the fan base and, you know, talking about whatever. But no, it's not nothing really that's breaking.
I just want to see Lone Star. He's my biggest fan. Did you know that?
He's got a tattoo of Anthony's face on his right cheek.
Yeah.
Big old tractor on the other side.
Yeah, the tractor on one side, tattoo on the other.
Or it could be a combine harvester, and then with Anthony running away from it. Steve saying, great show and chat as usual. Night all. Thanks, Steve, as well. And thanks for coming back, mate. It's good. That says, night all, top show. No, night all, says GP. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, we will be back next week. And obviously, as long as everything goes well, back on Sunday night as well for the Sunday night takeaway. Matt saying, Hot Fuzz OG44 as a Donna Cullen tattoo.
I'm tattoo free, I am.
What's her saying when she congratulates everybody in the chat? What was it?
Well, go on.
What? Yeah.
Frog said, have a good weekend, everyone. Ride the wave while it lasts. Absolutely. Brendan saying, thanks, Tont, Fuzz, Anthony, and Chaz. Enjoyed this. See you all soon. Brendan, pleasure as always. Thanks for being with us, as we say. Michael says, fun night all. See you soon. And don't forget, people, I know most of you will be going over there. Go over to see old Budgie and Kieran on Old School Hammers on the West Ham Network. They'll be on around roughly in about 6 minutes' time, if the time's right. Lone Star saying, breaking. West Country beaches closed immediately after a Herbert seen running around at the Speedo, scaring the migrants. Eamon, thank you very much, mate. Great show, guys. Nice, relaxed chat. That's what
you like to see me in a pair of Speedos. Yeah, that's what it is.
My point just curdled as you just said that. Like, you know.
Oh, good.
But yes, Eamon, we do try and keep it nice and relaxed here as best as we can do. Leslie says, stay healthy. Same for you as well, mate, as well. And Fox saying, be lucky. If you can't be good, don't forget the camcorder. That's another story I can tell you, but yeah, not for this time of the night. Everyone in the chat, enjoy the rest of your evening. And obviously, don't forget the weekend is virtually upon us. Enjoy that as well. And we'll say, as always, before we go out, for the greater good.
For the greater good.
So good.
Good night all.